So what are you saying? How do you think her son feels that morning if her son is gay? We have to think about what we say and understand as a leader, part of being a leader is being tactful. Part of being a leader is to have as little casualties or as least casualties as you can in any situation. I don't understand how you expect to get people saved by hurting their feelings. Nobody gets saved by hurting their feelings. Nobody gets saved by being berated and attacked. That does make people not want to come to church. And you will be held accountable for those lost souls. You will be held accountable. So her backpedaling with that, I never said LGBT. No, you said everything but LGBT. I think you couldn't get the letters together. You were so mad. That's the only reason she didn't say it.
So what's your opinion? How do we break it? A lot of gay people, you know, that are spiritual and do want a relationship with the Lord, but the church scares them, as you know, because lots of times they may have experienced where they went to church and the sermon is about homosexuality. So they take that and they receive that they're being attacked or they're not going to be accepted. So they're scared of the church and things like that. How do you think people deal with that? A lot of people on here telling you that they love you, speak.
My thing with church is, see if somebody has an iPhone charger in there for me, baby. My thing with church is, and when I say this, I mean it. I love the Lord. I love the Lord. And when I say I love the Lord, I love the Lord. And I want to do what's pleasing in His sight. And if this is something I have to answer for, I have to answer for it. But I'm not going to let you run me out of church because you have your opinion. I'm not going to let you run me out of church as you sit here and talk about gay with your husband at Two Potato, looking like he's dancing on the stage at Two Potato, and you want to tell me about me. No, we have to get tough skin. Part of being different or part of being who you are and living in your truth is knowing that you are going to upset some people. People are going to be upset by your truth. And you have to have tough skin. But one thing I would never do, I'm not going to go sit in one of these LGBT churches with these people who don't address the gay issue and don't say anything about gay. That's the mistake we make, because a lot of times then we find ourselves out of the frying pan and into the fire, because now not only are you dealing with somebody who is just not addressing gay, so that's a reason for you to sit there. No, I would rather sit under somebody who's going to give me sound teaching and let me plug my phone, guys, and sound doctrine, and know that the gay issue is not the only issue. The gay issue is not the only issue. We have so many issues that plague our community. We have so many issues that plague our community. It's not just gay. So if gay is not an issue for you, I'm one of those people, I believe in what convicts your spirit. If it convicts your spirit to be gay, then you deal with what convicts your spirit. But if gay is not something that convicts your spirit, that's not something for you to deal with. So therefore, I wouldn't waste my time feeling that I need to somehow change. I'm sorry, guys. I need to change who Tammy is to be in a church with people who don't mean me no good. No, I don't feel that way.
Well, hold that thought while you're getting that set up. If you could pick a few comments. Courtney Pegg said the church is a building to solidify your own. The church is a building. Solidify your own foundation with the Lord.
That's why I'm into relationship and not religion. I tell people that all the time. Get into relationship with God and get out of religion. Religion is something that has failed black people from the beginning of time. I remember my dad used to say they didn't want us to leave slavery with anything. But one thing they made sure we left slavery with was the Bible. And I used to say, why would you? He said, no, that's the one thing that they've used to control us, because the Bible is not in its pure form. It's not in its original form. It's been tampered with to cater to a certain group of people who don't look like me. And I know that, and I'm okay with it, but that doesn't in any way deter me from loving the Lord. It doesn't in any way deter me from saying, oh, Kim Burrell don't like gay people, or Kim Burrell thinks this or that about gay people, so now I'm going to run from the church and run from this. I'm not running from nothing, and I'm not running from nowhere. I'll be the church, and I'll go to Attallah Church and sit there with that hateful mother. I'll sit there with him. I don't care about what people say about me. People talk about everybody. So with that being said, what are we going to do? We're going to, oh, we can't go to church because people have these issues. These issues that people have, they've always had. How you know Kim is not battling a homosexual spirit? And a lot of these people in these churches, they run and marry anybody. Any man that's available in the church, they don't care if the man is obviously gay, they will still marry him just to have a man on their arm. And then when the stuff start happening and the man start cheating and running around on you, then all of a sudden you want to be mad at all the gay people. No, don't get mad at all the gay people. Get mad at the man you married. Get mad at the people in your life who have made you angry. It's something that happened to that woman that day. Nobody wakes up and comes to a pulpit prepared to preach a sermon, and then you want to tell me God told you to say that. God told you to say that if a man opened his mouth and let another man put his penis in his face, that he's a pervert. God didn't tell you to say that. And then you, at the end of the sermon, I don't think if anybody listened, but she blamed gay people for the spread of AIDS and HIV. AIDS and HIV is not a gay thing. It's not a gay thing. Just like it wasn't a Haitian thing. It's not a gay thing. No, if you demand protection, and it's about people respecting their own bodies and saying, oh, well, they did this and that to women and women and women. We're always looking for people to blame instead of solutions. We need to find solutions. We need to find solutions. And I'm not mad at Kim. I don't have no beef with Kim. I don't hate Kim. And then when as far as two people telling me, I said that Donnie McClurkin was gay. If you listen to my video, I never called him gay. Even though I think he has battles. I never called him gay. But I do know that he battled with the perverted spirit that she spoke of. Didn't she speak of gays being perverts? I don't know if y'all remember, am I wrong? She said gays were perverts. And Donnie suffered with that for a long time. We all know, it's like, we have so much hatred that we created the down low. People think gay men just are on the down low. Who the hell want to run through life sneaking around? No, we created the down low by being hateful and having people scared of people lashing out at them. Just like this down low detective young man, this Markeith Rivers, who somebody just shot. Did y'all hear that? Okay, there's this guy in North Carolina named Markeith Rivers. I spoke with him earlier this year trying to secure an interview with him because his page came across, somebody sent me the information to his page. They were upset about something he had done. So I said, well, let me just talk to the young man and see where he's coming from. He had to be the most vile, repulsive person I had spoken to on the phone. I have had some bad phone conversations in my days. This by far was the worst. This young man, he lures men into compromising positions, sexual positions, which he videotapes the sex acts without their knowledge. And then he blackmails them or I believe he blackmails them because I've seen people on his page on their knees begging him not to release the information. And he calls himself the down low detective. He even tried to convince me that he was an advocate for women and he was somehow chivalrous and doing this to help women. And I said, well, on Dateline, they're able to establish that a man is a child molester without having the baby get raped. Why do you have to have sex with the people? He has a Facebook page where he tried to get me to pay $29.99 or $30 or whatever to join this Facebook page, and you could view the full videos of the down low men in sex acts. And even on his page, if you go to his page, it's just horrible, the shit that he was doing. Well, I asked him, I said, well, Markeith, are you concerned for your safety at all? I'm not concerned for my safety. And he was just so, like, I never saw a person, I never spoke to anybody who had a personality like that before in my life. It was almost like evil. And, well, he got shot 5 times allegedly a few days ago. They said he was robbed and his car was set on fire. And,
they all want to know the page.
yeah, Markeith is M-A-R-K-E-I-T-H Rivers. He when I spoke to him,
he said he's taking donations for AIDS funding.
That's what he says, but he bragged and told me I made 30. I knew he didn't have no. He wasn't about nothing when he bragged and told me I made $30,000 last year, and he said $30,000 like it was 30 million. That's when I knew he wasn't about too much. But he was trying to Even for the interview, he tried to get money for me, and he talked to me as if he was like some major celebrity. He was like, I'm doing you a favor. I said, Marquise, I've gotten enough information from you. I can do the interview without you. I don't need you here to tell the story. I just want to know what fuels you to do this. He told me he wanted to help women. I said by having all this sex with all of these men, and then you see the men in videos on their knees begging him literally, groveling and begging him not to out them. And so he, the down low detective, from what I'm understanding, he was shot 5 times and robbed, and his car was set on fire and things of that nature. I'm praying for his recovery, but I'm not going to say he deserved it, because I would never say that about anybody being physically hurt.
Well, a couple things. Chastity Moore, what's up, Chastity? Happy New Year. He is horrible. Every action deserves a reaction. It's not surprising. Only surprised it hasn't happened sooner. Someone said he's not wrapped too tight. Travis Powell said ignorance is bliss, and there's no shade, but when you play with karma, it comes back to haunt you. Marquise karma came back to bite him on the ass. Shania said she love you.
Oh, I loved her photo shoot.
She hear you. Sierra Wakia, I'm sorry, I hope I'm saying it right, said I know this was going to happen. Desmond said he also slapped one guy on the camera. Not familiar with that. Yeah, so
I'm talking street thugs, trap boys, dope boys, military men, professionals, whoever he could, and he was bringing them to his house, is what he told me.
So basically he likes to exploit, but he uses it as a
But he says he's doing it for AIDS research, but what he told me is he's married, he's a husband in the military who takes care of him, and he told me I made $30,000, and the way he said it just like that, it was like, okay, so this girl ain't used to no money, honey. Because if you know $30,000 is a year, honey, you below the poverty level. You really, and I have this, and I don't need no money, but he kept pressing me for money. So when he kept pressing me for money, I said if I was a woman contacting him, he should have just given me the information. If it were about women and helping women, he should have just said, girl, what's your husband's name? Let me help you out. But he was trying to press me for that $29.99 for that PayPal, and he was trying to press me for money for the interview. And then I heard when he got shot, I'm like, well, I'm praying his strength in the Lord, and I'm praying that he comes through. But I'm praying that even in his darkest hour, he understands that the person who did it is wrong. But he has to learn, you can't keep hurting people. You're not, but this is the thing what Kim Burrell did. The hatred that's perpetuated against gay people is so strong that it made them want to take this boy's life to keep people from finding out that they're gay. This is the kind of actions that Kim Burrell's actions, this is what leads to things like this. When people, your hatred and gay and hate people and hate gay people. Now some boy that got shot for outing people. Yeah, he was wrong to out people. But if people didn't hate people, there would be nothing for him to tell. If people didn't do what Kim Burrell did, there'd be nothing for anybody to fear. So when we get in our pulpits, Miss Burrell, because I'll never call you pastor, deacon, reverend, usher, board, nothing. You ain't got no title to me. You just MC Kim D, because you got up there rapping a bunch of bullshit. And I hate the curse, but that's no other word for it. It was just bullshit. It was bullshit. And it's like I said, it was personal in nature. And that's one thing I don't like. I go to do shows. I don't attack my audience, because I come to the show prepared to do a show. Kim wasn't prepared to do anything but voice the anger about what happened. I don't know if her husband is cheating or if some boy was on her husband's phone. It was something that fueled that lady to come in there and attack that church the way she did. And whoever taped the video, thank you. Thank you for letting and as a community, we got to stand firm on these people when they do stuff like this to us. We got to stand firm. Her apology, she didn't say she was sorry for offending you. She didn't say that she respected us as people. Some people don't understand. Gay is not something, you can't catch gay. Now, but let people know that, because people think you could catch gay. Nobody's going to catch gay from anybody. Nobody is going to be socialized gay. And as far as straight people hating gay people and hating transgender people, it comes a point where, like I tell women all the time, you look real jealous and pressed hating a transgender woman that look better than you. I'm like trying to figure out how you get your eyebrows like that. I'm trying to learn some